You know, one of the New Testament writers, he writes about waiting and patience. He says, count it all joy when you have various trials. And I know probably many of you do that really well, but I'm not very spiritual, so I don't count it joy when I have trials. But he says, count it all joy when you have various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. And let patience have its perfect work in you, that you'll be complete, lacking nothing. Now, the fact is, we don't always let patience have its work in us. So we don't come out of difficult things with greater maturity. We come out of difficult things kind of bitter and angry. And maybe you've met someone who's bitter and angry because things didn't go the way that they wanted them to go. But if you let patience have its perfect work in you as you're waiting in hope, then it can produce something great in you. And I think that's what happened in these two, Zacharias and Elizabeth, because we're told in verse 6 that they were righteous. And they followed the Lord faithfully in Luke chapter 1, which is a beautiful picture. But it's important for us who are seeking to follow God to have this perspective that God wants to do something in that waiting and hope period that produces something good. The tested faith of those waiting in hope produces patience and maturity, if we'll let it. Because certainly going through trials can lead us to be bitter and angry. But if we allow God to work by his Spirit in us during the time when we're waiting in hope, he can produce patience and maturity in us.